Push the button, Lens. Pushed. Hi, guys. I'm going to play a computer game and stream it out onto the internet. You can watch if you like. Hi. Just me. It's just me. Do we not have... Doesn't look like we actually have a bloody... There it is. Task board. But we do. It's just out of the way. Well, what do we got to feed it? Anything? Broken wooden maces? No, those are broken wooden spears. Broken hatchets. Blackened sword sheaths? No. Alright, well, so much for that idea. First up, we are going to collect some Athelas leaves. Which ought to be right around where we are. Orcs. Little doggies who've lost their way. Sadly. So, outside carrying off the proper then? I'm outside of it now and outside of the area wherein I'm supposed to find Athelas. Kingsfoil, aye, it's a weed! Something in the Lord of the Rings movie moment. Good evening to whomever has joined me. Hi, welcome. Athelas. Lots of Athelas around what is presumably their source of drinking water. Well, that's got to be pretty healthy if Athelas is good for them. And a pool of water with a whole bunch of Athelas growing around it ought to be helpful as well. Maybe not if I, like, fall in and drown, but other than that... I have collected 8 Athelas leaves. And who gets them? And Sirland. Huh? He's here somewhere. Why am I not seeing him? There's Randall and Sirland. Showing that he's supposed to be here somewhere. The injured man there he is. I had to get right close to the injured guy.
You're the one Randall mentioned, yeah?
He's still gone. Said you and him were picking Kingsfoil. What's a weed got to do with my wounds? Never mind. I haven't got a mind for healing and the like. Just give it here and I'll make sure Randall receives it. That man's a strange one. He carried me out of Karanost and still hasn't asked for a reward. What kind of person would venture into an orc-infested ruin and... You're asking how I ended up there myself? The orcs, of course. What I mean to say is, there's got to be a catch to Rendell's kindness. Come on. Aren't you just a bit curious? His belongings are lying over there next to the tent. I'd go digging around myself, but, well. And yet I'm going to do it, this skeevy-sounding thing. I'm an honorable dwarf. I would not do this. Bow and dagger are worn, but clearly cared for. Points of interest in dangerous locations in Cardolan are marked.
No ordinary traveler would go around seeking danger.
You think he's one of them rangers? They're too mysterious for my liking, always avoiding other folks. coming and going to do who knows what. Of course, I don't like them.
Well, I've
Find
got
lost
something to
belongings
ask
in
you.
Cardolan.
I'll be honest, I don't have anything to give you in return yet.
Defeat foes in the South Downs that endanger the scattered rangers. We got more stuff to do in Karanost. Presumably there are bad guys in Karanost. Who I can kill, murder. Kill murder. I'm going to kill murder them. Not regular murdering. No, I'm going to kill murder. He lost a bunch of things, or claims he did. I'll get that 12 kills taken care of in pretty short order. Oh, I have to defeat Carnost warriors specifically. Huh. Well, I don't see any of the missing objects yet. Scouts gotta go. Scouts honor. Foes in the South Downs. I'm getting credit for several different quests at the same time. Broken Urn. That is a crafty bit for scholars, which I am not one. I am neither a gentleman nor a scholar. A Karanost Defiler. As I would expect, I have once again forgotten to summon my herald. I now have an archer. Where is he? There he is. Howdy, bazooka. I assume this is one of the lost belongings. Indeed, it seems to be. Pouch contains a small amount of coin. More lost belongings. Is it going to be nothing but little bags of coin? These supplies are too damaged to be reclaimed. Don't see anything out there. More lost belongings. Defeated foes, yes. These supplies are too damaged to be reclaimed. That's 5 of the 10 warriors I've got killed. Got it killed? I got to English them too. I need 4 more warriors. Warriors. scout and a warrior. Scout first. New deed, Orc Slayer of Cardolan advanced. Means I finished out the lower tier, and I should be getting another notification, and probably I'm going to go out on a limb. 5 LotRO coins, I thought. Maybe not. So we finished everything out here except, what do we need? The enemy's vantage point. Presumably that's out at the end of that sort of tier out there. Well, let's get rid of this defiler. So that he doesn't defile anything else. It doesn't look like I'm quite in the right place. Oh. Guess it's got to be down below. Peer into the distance, and it doesn't appear that my peering gets me anywhere. So presumably then at the level below. This is the tower that worries Maythril. Well, look into the distance. I can see my house from here. Oracle's right, archers can easily reach. But that probably is not good then. We'll return to their camp. Having given what 4 to a bunch of orcs, possibly even what 5. He won't notice me. Gosh, I wonder why those guys are sleeping on the job. So, if you camp right across a bridge from orcs, guess what? You're in danger from orcs. Glad I could help.
Oh.
That's all that's left?
All that's left, then?
Well, I'll figure something out. Here, take the coin.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Through? You could see Sirlon from that location? That is what I feared. My husband is Servalon. He's always thinking of swords and axes and things that are up close. Falls to me to take the longer view.
Beware
Good evening. I am doing reasonably well. As best as can be hoped for at my advanced age.
Beware the servants of the enemy.
I heard the fighting from here, Dvaldor. And I know the orcs now count fewer warriors among their number. You have my thanks. I murdered him real good.
No. I've already told Watkin. I do not require a reward, coin or otherwise.
By the way, Dwalder, do you know why my belongings have been rummaged through? I should explain what happened. Rendell's frown softens. I see. Then this situation is my fault entirely, for I was not forthright about my identity.
Watkin's suspicions are not unfounded. I used to be a ranger, but
Till he took an arrow to the knee! The storyline is good. I find the quest flow is not very well put together. You get to, even if you're following all the quests, you get to quests that are theoretically too high level for you. Like over here on the right, orange difficulty, so the mobs you're hitting are 3 or 4 levels higher, which is fine. It's not a problem, but if I was a new player, I would find that disturbing. But the story's good. I'll talk to his name evidently is Watkin.
Huh. Maybe Rendell isn't so bad after all. I guess it's time
Yes,
told my
I'll
story
take 2
to-
steps and carry on the conversation for you both. And evidently I'll now chase him down some other time.
I am grateful for your help.
Perhaps more of my kin will be able to make it here at Sirlond, thanks to your efforts. Word has reached me of another gathering place of the Dunedain, at Skirlock Farm to the northeast. I would ask you to travel there and lend them similar aid for the betterment of us all. Those wraiths remain abroad, and they have slain many of my friends already. Well, they're Nazgul. They're just doing their job. Cut them some slack, man. They're just doing their job. Of course, their job's kind of like
What would you
evil.
ask of the Dunedain?
But other than that, I mean, seriously.
Welcome, friend.
Thanks. I'll keep those, sell. And keep for now, and keep for now, and sell. Vegetable medley. No thanks, I'm a dwarf. Vegetable medleys. Sounds like elf grub to me. Let's see if I got any. Have any. Sufficient number of. No blackened or broken wooden maces. Right, it's broken wooden spears and broken hatches. No. Looks like broken wooden spears. That was one of them, wasn't it? Yay! Day's not complete without turning in a task. Alright, what do we got? What's the yellow? Break the arrows. Burn the bows. Collect their bows. Oh, lovely. Pardon me while I whine again, sending me right back into... I love quests in MMOs where they send you into a place to do a thing, you come back, and they send you right back into the same place to do another thing. Spoiler, I don't actually like that at all. In fact, I hate it. It's a detestable leftover of an older time. It's no longer needed. All it is doing is an attempt to extend content. There's an orc, though. Get away from my little friend. Alright, now you're just irritating me by running around everywhere I am, so have a nice seat. I've got 3 bows. Alright, Defiler next. A scout and a warrior. One more scout after this. One more scout. Perhaps up here? Doesn't look like it now. No convenient scouts? Am I gonna have to fight my way up the damn stairs now, too? There's just never a scout around when you want to murder one. No, they clearly didn't. Let's say, lack of warm acceptance for War of the Three Peaks, which the player base really did not like getting a content patch that was called, hilariously called, an expansion. And so this is the second time they've done that. And no, I don't imagine anyone appreciates it anymore this time. Mind you, I have not done one part of the new content, the delves, I think they're called. So I have no idea if those are actually any good or not. My money would be dubious. Right. We managed to get through before they could respawn. Aha! Loser! Respawn just a second too late. No, the most unfortunate thing about the state of the game is the clear nature of exactly how commerce-driven the game has become. Burn the orc bows in the bonfire atop the tower, overlooking the bridges. You've got to be kidding me. Looks like I'm going back again. Gotta check the quests. I didn't check the quests. Yeah, I gotta burn the bows, because taking them back to the other campfire, where they could use them as kindling, say. Can't have that. Yeah, so more and more, unfortunately, LotRO has become... I mean, all games are driven by commerce. They are commercial enterprises. But it just seems that even more so, it's happening in this game. Where the design is maybe penny wise but pound foolish, trying to get more money out of what seems to be a reduced player base. It doesn't feel like it, but I'm at a bit of a loss as to why they would turn so much. Well, I mean, they're the property of a new company now. Enad Global owns them. And frankly, you'd have to work pretty hard. Is that the bonfire? It's the bonfire. You'd have to work pretty hard to come up with a name that sounds more like a Bond villain evil company than Enad Global 7. Although there is another one that's basically sounds just as bad. And they've been buying up companies left and right too. That's the Embracer Group, who totally don't sound like the goddamn Borg. Do not show that hint in the future. I know about anti-exploit. It's a crap mechanic you guys should have removed from the game years ago. Talk to Mathril. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I won't. Server glitch. Server's freaking out. Oh, it's back. Fixing the servers would be something I would like to see them do. Note, already in use. I clicked several seconds ago, and now we're just waiting because the server's gone funky again. Yep, already in use. Well, I think the EU is on the same server cluster now as the NA. I think. I know that didn't used to be the case when they were on, was it Code Masters? When they ran them, but I'm not positive. Yeah. The servers have been having these problems for years, and they say they're aware of it and they're working on it. Not making any progress, but they're working. I am so close to the next level. 61 experience points. 61. So, my reputation has changed. I'm now a friend of the Dunedain of Cardolan. Next up will be ally. I'm a friend to the Dunedain of Cardolan. Well, I mean, the server architecture has never been great. Just today or last night, there was a posting on Reddit, someone saying that they need to rework mounted combat. And my immediate response is, no, they don't. The server architecture was never meant to support anything like that. That's why it was never that great a system. They don't need to redo it. They need to bury it. 15 LotRO points, guys. That's 15 cents. You know, give or take. And we should be able to cash in another task or two. In my experience, a lot of the lag issues tend to be very much localized to an area of the world. So, for instance, you might be in an area where either it's a lot more server resource heavy, like Minas Tirith, or it might be a more crowded place. And those are the things that are more likely to cause server end lag as opposed to client side lag. Tough sword sheaths? I have tough sword sheaths. Ding! 23. And 2 more broken wooden spear stacks. Excellent. Let's see what else we've got hanging here. Oh. We've got one all the way down there. Which one is that? Pasts revealed. Find Raindell near Garvarad. Is that a place for fast travel? I don't think so. What even is that quest? Plans to attack the captains in Garvarad. You should meet him there. Maybe later. The crumbled towers. Where are those located? Oh, those are... 2 of them are in the fort that I just left, and the other one is just to my west. I get to go into the fort for a 4th time. All right. Hey, it just doesn't get any better than that. Spoiler, it actually would get better than that. I have discovered the Eastern Tower. Go me. Well, probably don't want to plummet. I will choose to not plummet to a painful death. So, we'll continue in Book 5, finding the Rangers in their other place. Northeast of Karanost, and they have a name for it. Oh yes, Gerlach Farms. Lovely sounding place. Sure, it's a garden spot. Ooh, rich barrow iron. Well, it's rich. I'm not. Barrow iron. Tastes like victory. Logmaul spear flinger. Well, as long as he's just flinging spears. Ooh, more rich barrow iron. Len's just can't say no. Len's gotta have it. Awful lot of orcsies around. Smelly orcsies. We got wargs hanging around too, bringing down the property values. More rich. I'm assuming that's the farm we're looking for. Yep, must be. Nail.
You there. Don't worry. I'll not try to rob you.
Well, I could use your help. You see, my companions and I heard that there were great treasures in the ruins of Havnerui. My granny tried to warn me of the dangers, but I didn't listen to her. A few nights back, we broke into one of the barrows and carried out what shining things we found. Well, the truth is, I've not slept a night since. I swear someone is following me. I cannot take the constant dread a moment longer. Please, you must help me return the artifacts that I stole. I am too afeared to go nearer and make matters worse. Goblins have moved into the ruins. Please help me. I can't go on like this. Well, I'll tell him yes, but I may or may not. Fate is a cruel mistress, and I am a cruel master. Silver. Where was the other one? Ah, there's the Howth. The mound. And we've got a stable master. Hi, Skurlock Farm.
How can I be of service?
Malinfang nods as I approach.
Honderoth sent you to us. I'm glad he still lives.
Too many of my folk were scattered into the wild by the attack of the terrible riders, and some were slain even as they ran. Those who survived and made for this farm. There must be other safe havens as well. Safe, did I say? No place is safe. I've not seen any sign of the riders for 2 days. But there are orcs and half-orcs gathering in the South Downs. They are ever a threat. I'll take a silver band of might.
Half-orcs gather around Amon Fian, the Dead Mount, a place of ill omen to the east.
Well, if you call it the Dead Mound, really, you can't be surprised if it turns into an unpleasant place. Defeat half-orcs at Amon Fian and find any orders they might be carrying. Nice new chest armor. Ah, delicious. Possibly even nutritious.
To the
Talfrus.
north lie the ruins of Halfneri.
Defeat goblins there. Well, I'm probably headed there anyway.
Greetings, traveler.
I hear flies. Is that fertilizer? Is that what that is? I'm betting it's fertilizer. And a couple more quests over here.
A band of goblins took over the Hove farm.
Across the way to the northwest. Rescue Tomer, Cled, Tom, and Arwell. You think they're okay? I'm sure they're Arwell.
Oh, hello.
Defeat goblins at Hove
come here
Farm
from the west?
and Luckglob. Well,
Greetings.
with a name like
I
Luckglob,
heard
he's going to be
Edwin talking to you
happy
about our farm.
to have his life put to an end. Search for woodworking tools. All right, we'll go to Hove Farm, where there's yellow or light blue quests, which are like level 20 or 21. These are level 20 quests in the same area with level 25 quests. That's what I was talking about. Bad quest flow. And I believe those are in the exact same areas. Yeah, Hove Farm and Hove Farm. So that is just terrible quest design. Not going to be any special problem for me. Famous last words. But that's not something that should happen. You shouldn't have quests 5 levels apart in the exact same location. Especially not in an area that is designed for new players. They may not have any idea what the different colors on the quest names mean. So they could easily go to something that's too difficult for them, especially as a new player, and get themselves murdered, not understand why, maybe not come back to the game. The Hove Farm. Blogmall Fire Starter. Udid, Goblin Slayer of Cardolan. Alright, we got a toolbox. I've defeated some of the bad guys. There's Arwell. Oop, we got a corpse. That's either free money or a dead hostage. There's Tom, so it's not Tom. Alright, we got Tom. Deed bestowed, defeating goblins. See a ring over there. And there's Luck Glub. Alright, I got a whole shitload of gobbies. Still need to rescue Timur. Should be around here somewhere. Over there. Alright, Tomer. Run like the wind, my friend. And get the hell out of Dodge. I think we got everything taken care of here. Mount up right back. A Blogmaul sneak. They had little sneaksies wandering around stealthed. How nice of them. Didn't work out, but nice of them anyway, I guess. For Yondershire, I didn't notice any particular issues with the quest flow. There was a lot of riding back and forth, which there is also here. There's a lot of going back and forth. Quests to, go talk to a person, then turn around and run back and talk to the first person who sent you. That kind of stuff for killing time. To me, it didn't seem like it. It seemed like the leveling was fine. If anything, it was easy to out-level the stuff. That's not really the case here, as I don't mean like that. That was, I'm 23, and I had a quest over there that was, I had one or two over there that were 20, and the others were 25. 5-level gap, that shouldn't happen at the same location. That's just poor design. Whether it's hurried design or inattentive design, I can't say, but it's not good design. Because I'll get, less XP for one quest and regular XP for the other quest that I complete. It disincentivizes players from doing some of the quests, because either they might be too hard or you don't get as much reward for them.
You did it! You really did it!
Yeah, I did it. I'm a
You
dwarf.
found them. Now I can start to pitch in around here.
You couldn't pitch in before. Got it. Man, that's a nice excuse. I gotta use that one myself. I can't pitch in. My tools are in the place that's occupied by goblins. Orcs.
What can I do for you?
Wow. Buy this junk? What quest? Oh, I didn't even see this person have a quest on him. Find an empty bucket. Find an empty bucket. Dousing the farm. Is that back where I just was? No, it's not. I have to find a bucket. Oh, empty bucket. Never mind. Found the bucket. Fill the bucket at Hove Farm. Yes, they want me to go back there again. Because I couldn't see the quest emblem because I have names on. And it's a smaller emblem on a smaller character. Poor UI design. Throw those things away. Wooden maces and blackened sword sheaths. No. Alright. How Nirui. That's a clumsy construction, but oh well. Let's see. No. Curse of the Barrows. Off we go. More barrow iron. I think I'll avoid the steep canyon if I can. But I probably can't. Maybe I can. Yeah, looks like we'll come into the top. Kitty growled at me. Return stolen artifacts. Not sure how I'm going to do that. Drop them on a grave, maybe? Scatter them about? Keep them for myself? After all, I am a dwarf. The guy handed me a bunch of loot. Said put it back. Maybe? Maybe not? A robbed grave. Yep, just be putting it on robbed graves. And what else do I have here in this area? Gobbies. Gobbies gotta go. Message for you, sir. Whoop, shoot him! Shoot him! I panicked. Should have just shouted at him. Oh, we've got another player here. Jegrock. A doughty dwarf, much like myself. I have no doubt he a dwarf. Oh, gosh, I'm feeling. Two robbed graves. Longmaul sneak. Gotta die. Did die. Died in a most satisfactory fashion. Sort of like a central area, but I was expecting it to sort of branch out. He did many goblins. Shoot him. You shoot him before they reach you. They usually will drop their flaming explodey balls. Well, there were 3 inside. Must be more of the plundered graves and the like around the outside, I'm going to assume. 8 things we're supposed to return, and there's only 3 places inside. We did get all of the gobbies taken care of. Oh, nice. Invisible wall. Thank you. That's not something they put in this game very often, in my experience. They don't want you to get someplace. They'll just put up an actual wall. Was there a door inside that I didn't see? Because I moused over things that looked like doors and didn't show the symbol of being actual doors that you could, you know, open up to get inside and find the. Oh. God damn it! There's a side entrance. Cool. Sapper again. We give him the yell. He sets himself on fire. Not the sharpest of the blog maul around these parts. Interesting. No place for me to drop. Stolen bits and pieces. I was sure they would be in here, but maybe not. Interesting. I had assumed it would be in here, but there are stairs on either side, so... And more gobbies around upstairs. No, was this not where I came in? No, maybe not. Or with a single shot. Got a treasure chest. Oh, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with this treasure cache at all. That's the treasures of Cardolan. That's a deed thing. You get a box of stuff. At least you used to. But again, no place to put any of the plundered goodies. Still no place to put any of the plundered goodies. I am confused at this. I must confess. We've only found places for 3 so far, out of 8. And this is where we were previously. I just didn't see the stairs down. Those aren't... I don't know where else to go. Are there more stairs up? I don't think so. No, just stairs down. I don't know. Oh, I guess there's more there. They made that real clear. No, they didn't. Like I said, he got him here. But there's only 3 of them here, so he didn't just get them here. Bye, guys. And so long to you guys as well. Run. I'm slightly on fire. It'll pass. Defeat half orcs at Amon Fear. That's here, right? Again, the quests, the mechanics, the way they're put together, the quest flow, it's all really, really clumsy. And I just don't understand it. I don't know if it's bad design or lazy design or hurried design. My money would be on one or more of those 3. Undead. We've got a dead body. Which, of course, we have to loot for convenient amounts of treasure. Eat half-orcs that I'm on Finn. And any orders they're carrying. I am in the right place. It doesn't have any specific number of them I'm supposed to defeat. I guess I just kill them until I get the drop. Deed bestowed for defeating many half-orcs in Cardolan. And how about the undead? Got another corpse, so more free money. Are you shooting? Who's shooting at something? Ah. Orcs fighting undead. Should we bet on the winner? I got the half-work order. Read the half-orc orders. That way the attack will come from both directions, north from the Blue Mountains and south from the Greenway. Your forces will bear a great deal of weight, for I do not trust the goblins will do their part. They were given their orders, but I know those creatures, and they lack the care or fortitude of your sort. They have claimed the ruins northwest of the Dead Mount, but whether they can be counted on, well, you know goblins. It would not surprise me to learn they have left their own orders laying about. Bring the half-orc orders to Malinfang at the farm. Let's ride for the farm. I have no idea where the rest of those purses were supposed to go, all the stolen goods that the guy wanted to put back into the whole place. I only found 3 clickables. Now, it's possible that the other dwarf who was in there before me had clicked on them, and their cooldown time is long enough that they didn't come off cooldown while I was in there, in which case their design is beyond bad. That would be design malpractice, is what that would be, if that's the case. I'll stop for a little more barrow iron, because, you know, it's here. It's conveniently located. I was going this way anyway. Push the button in time, so I fell. Ouch. You know, ow. Tauras.
May those wretched creatures be driven from this land for good.
That would be nice. I'd be okay with that, sure. And we are entirely full again. Tori.
What can I do for you?
Continuing to hate me. Gauntlets of Medicine. Medium armor. Arguably better than what I'm wearing, but the physical mastery is pretty good. Yeah, keep what I got. Hardtack, we'll keep that. So, I need the expert jeweler cases, though. I'm a jeweler. I can't need that yet, or I already armor. That was the wrong thing I clicked. Got a couple of things to sell. Keep that. Sell. Where's the jeweler's cases? Oh, I have 2 copies of the half-orc orders. I cannot do that. Of course I can't. I lack the proper training for that one. I have 4 copies of the stupid fucking letters.
Half orcs working with goblins.
Used to be they wouldn't let you take more than one from your loot batch. But here, evidently, they forgot how to do that function. Son of a bitch. And they're sending me back to that place to go looking for more stuff. My God, their design has gone to shit. It really has. Half-orcs working with goblins? It sounds as if neither side is very happy about it, but I cannot tell from this what their overall scheme might be. Or for whom they toil. A half-orc held the quill that penned these orders, I believe, not one of those terrible writers. But for whom did the half-orc write them? If the author of these orders is to be believed, there might have been... We might learn more from the goblins that dwell at the ruins northwest of Avon. Fern, Houth, Niroi. Those are called blah, 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 blah. And I still have... Book 3, Chapter 6. Danger in all directions. Shit, so now I have to carry around 3 of these until this quest ends, I think. I don't think I have to, but until it actually ends, I want to make sure I don't have to go back into the other place. God, really, the quest design here is horrible. It's just god-awful. Story's fine. Questing's awful. And I have a long-standing loathing for quests that send you into the same place multiple times. It's just the laziest, worst kind of old-school game design, and they haven't done this sort of thing in LotRO since vanilla, but they're doing it now in spades. It's frustrating and annoying. Supposed to be something over here in this direction. Scrap of parchment. Scraps of parchment. They did just leave them around. 1 of 6. Oh, joy. Imagine my excitement if you can. Spoiler, you can't. Quest mob. I mean, quest giver, probably not a mob. Supplies in the South
Even
Downs.
so
Collect
far from
meat
the
from the
lands of the enemy,
boars.
There is dread upon my heart.
Dread upon your heart, but you want me to get you bacon. Okay.
Even so far from the lands
And
of the
goblins.
enemy,
Here.
there is
and-
dread upon my heart.
Well, there's 1 boar meat. Well, I guess we go in. We'll go in from the bottom again. Ooh, rich barrow down deposit. Well, I can't say no. I could, but I won't. I am going to AFK for just a second to refill my coffee cup. I'll be right back. You lucky devils. Well, still got to kill 5 more boars, so. Where was the entry again? Yeah. Piggy. Oh, right here. Completed Enmity of the Goblins. I've killed enough goblins that they hate me. Precious. 5 LotRO points. Destroy that piece of crap. Yeah, so still not seeing any place to put the stolen doodads on any more of the undead resting places. It didn't make them very restful. Now, these things look like they should be perfect places to drop off one of the relics, the stolen relics, but no dice. Yeah, and nothing here either. Because I'm also supposed to be able to find scraps of their notes, and I'm not finding those either. Goblin Slayer of Cardolan. Alright, well, there's another one of the notes. Yeah, scrap of parchment. Almost 2,800 points. Yeah, he fell over dead in a hurry. See, no door I can go through here. Or here. Another blog mall sneak. So, it's like I am missing something somewhere here. There's a third scrap of parchment, and there was another one up there, but I'm still not seeing where I'm supposed to be dropping off the... The stolen goodies. Or baddies. We have scrap parchment 4 and 5. Now there's 6, so we'll get that. But we'll still have no goddamned idea as to where we're supposed to be dropping off the other 5 filched valuables. If the fire could go out anytime now, that'd be great. Or I'll just, kite him through the fire. And try jumping over it. Okay, that did not exactly work. Precisely as one would have wanted. The blog mall must be ended. Talk to Halringer just outside. Okay, he's over here by the tree, right? Yeah. God damn. They fill up your inventory with so much shit. Now imagine this on a free-to-play account, if you can. You probably can't.
Even so far from the lands of the enemy.
I don't have enough
there is
room.
strength
Of course I
upon my
don't.
heart.
I got an idea. How about go to hell? Did he have another quest for me? What the hell was that?
Many are the wounds of war that scar
Burmy,
these
that's
lands.
right. So, a couple more boars to kill. Sure. Why not? Kill those. Three more boars. Why not? That's a lynx, which is technically not a boar. Spearflinger, no, no. Scrub stalker, nope. Downs lynx. We are scanning for swine. Suddenly, none of them anywhere. Literally none of them anywhere. We're in the middle of this blue area on the map that's supposed to have lots and lots of them. Air. Canucket. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll head over to Evendom immediately. Those of you who are not aware of it, Canucket occasionally likes to stir up some shit. Hey there. Hi there. Also, oh there. Where allowable by law. That'll be number 5. Hello, little piggy. One more to go. And there's the Downs Hill Tusker. 6 out of 6 bacon. I still have no freaking idea as to how I can get to the rest of the desecrated tombs that I'm supposed to help the guy with. Unless there's like another entrance that I missed, and I don't think that's likely. Unless there's another entrance somewhere in these valleys. But that doesn't seem particularly likely to me. As that would kind of mean that well, the one underground entrance we found was basically right under the bulk building. Collect hides from the lynx. God damn it. This sort of shit. He needs me to get multiple things. I should get the quest at the same time for multiple things. God. The questing in this new quote-unquote expansion is so frustrating. It's such a collection of archaic questing mechanics designed to make everything take longer and be more annoying. Now suddenly we can only find pigs, of course. Anything else? Set the scraps on the orders. The table of Skurlock Farm. Bring those to Tokay. And continuing my litany of frustrations. The changing of quest selection emphasis. If you have a quest selected and you finish the quest, and the quest gives you another quest, for instance, the one that just finished, you know, which first was kill 6 boars and now kill 4 lynxes. I had it selected. When I finished, it immediately swapped to an entirely different quest, pointing in the wrong direction.
Even so far from the lands of the enemy, there is dread upon my
Bring the
heart.
boar meat and lynx hides to him at Surlon, or back to Surlon. Oh, back to Surlon even, not to that. So much riding back and forth and back and forth. It's really... I believe the British phrase is getting on my tits. Although I assume that most of the Brits who, when they use that phrase, don't actually have tits, and I kind of do. So maybe I should be a little more cautious in using that phrasing. I'm going to assume we finally have enough of, oh, I don't know. Let's go with broken wooden spears. Finish out our tasks for the day.
Well met.
Set the scraps of orders on the table at Surlot Farms. Well, the table, right there. Sort the papers. Sort the assortment. I will sort the assortment. Quite right. Oh, I get to click this some number of times while we have an induction bar. 4? I'm going to say 4. 3 would have been my minimum. Is it 3 or 4? 3. And then a 4th. Click. Let that be a lesson to you goblins then. The big ones have ways of dealing with treachery, and if you work against their goals, what happened to the last batch can happen to you and yours as well. You'll be told what you need to know when you have need of it, not before. The Dark Lord will pay us for our service. Why else would the very wisest throw in their lot with him, even as we have? The dwarves will be easily manipulated. Okay, fuck you. They will follow Skorgrim wherever he leads them, no matter who leads Skorgrim. That's not actually the case, but good try. I give you credit for, raising a dead dwarf and putting a spirit in him. I trust the Gaunt Lord can do this, and that should be enough for you, Lot. The attack will come from both directions, down from the Blue Mountains and up the Greenway from the Old Barrows. Even now, the Witch King works to raise the spirits of the dead. With the aid of the Grey Fear, none will stand against him or against us. It was the fear that laid waste to the old kingdom that once stood here. And see what little of that remains. The shadow rises in Angmar, but it needs time to gather its strength. Not much time, but time all the same. That's what we're for, my gang. And you lot, just don't get in the way of the riders or the Grey Fear. No one would save you then, and you wouldn't want them to. You would just yearn for death. What the Fear would do to you doesn't bear thinking about. So you stay out of their way. These are the Dark Lord's most valued servants. You and me were just worms and such to them. Worms can get squashed if they haven't got brains enough to get clear. We'll be called on when we're needed. I'm assuming Grey Fear is the one who was responsible for it.
I don't like the sound of that. Any of that.
Not only do the servants of White Hand move openly in Swanfleet, but in Cardolan and beyond there are others at work. The Witch King and the Black Riders, goblins and half-orcs making common cause, and now a dwarf rebellion led by someone named Skorgrim? Judging from his name, he's no Longbeard, but if he leads an army out of the Blue Mountains, we'll all be hard-pressed to deal with him, no matter who he might be. You tell Menelda that Skorgrim was a Dourhand war leader, but he perished long ago. I get some new armor. I hope this is prettier.
This has given us a lot to think about. But what is the
My
Grey
new
Fear?
armor? At least it's a better match, It's not pretty, but it is a better match. It's now mostly the same color of rust. This has given us a lot to think about, but I am most concerned about these mentions of someone or something called the Grey Fear. Is it a person, spirit, or something else? Whatever it may have been, if it is responsible in some way for the fall of Cardolan and the breaking of Arnor, we need to prevent it from working a similar evil against us. What does Maidenfang have to say about this? Malenfang, sorry, Malenfang. He hates it when I call him Maidenfang.
The Grey Fear? No, I've never heard of anything by that name.
Is it possible it might be a disease or an ailment of some kind? I seem to remember there was a scholar among the Dunedain who dwelt among the ruins of old Cardolan, though his name escapes me. Handerod may know of his whereabouts. He was encamped outside Karanost, was he not? Perhaps you should return and ask him. I'll return and ask him.
Welcome, friend.
After I sell my old armor. We'll ride to Surlond. Not Sirloin, Surlond. Actually, make sure I've emptied out my inventory.
What can I do for you?
And at some point I need to do, crafting. Other similar, stuffs. Just to get crap out of my inventory.
Greetings, friend.
Sirlond. Yeah, Karanost, alright.
What can I do for you?
It would be nice if they would use the same name for places. But that would take some work, and evidently they don't do that anymore. Guys, I'm back. Did you miss me? I was off doing some stuff with some other guys. It was fun. Both. Name continuity and work. Name continuity would be work. Wouldn't be much work, but evidently.
Someone or something called the Grey Fear, you say?
I've not heard of such a one being involved with the ruination of the Old Kingdom, but I'm no scholar. You should speak with Narndir. You can find him, if you can find him. He always possessed a keen interest in the history of Cardolan, and was always to be seen writing in one of his many journals. Something in your expression brings Andorod to a halt. He stares at you questioningly. Reluctantly, you tell him that Narndir was slain by Black Riders during the flight from the Sarn Ford, and that you and Meneldir discovered his body just off the road, northwest of Hern. I'm very sorry to hear that, but especially so from Meneldir. I know they were close. Narndir never had a bad word to say about Meneldir, even after he left us. It was not so for many others. Andorod idly drums his fingers on the hilt of his sword. Perhaps Narndir can still help us. I told you of the journals he kept. Well, I know at least one place where he hid some of them. To the east, beneath one of the towers of Karanost, there was a hollow place. Search there and see if Narndir recorded anything of his grey fear in the years before he perished. Another quest to turn in here? Yes, there was.
Beware the servants of the enemy.
Wow. Helpful hint. Beware the servants of the enemy. Okay. I think, Ding 24. See. Impactful blows. Well, it wouldn't be much of a blow if it wasn't impactful now, would it? Travel to Trestle Bridge. Don't wanna. Not gonna. Can't make me. Exactly. I'm going to assume it's not actually up here in the tower, but located down below along the edge somewhere. Or I can run into bad guys. Karanost. 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 It's only a model. Shh. Looking for a hollow. Ooh. This place matches the description given to you by Handorod. A hidden cache. Inside the small coffer, you find a leather-bound journal wrapped in a cord. Has it got precious secrets? I can't actually get up there. Great. Thanks, guys. Making me go around. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. Oh, read. You should bring this journal to the location that describes the throne room in Carnost. Oh, guess where we're going? Back into York Towers. Yeah, the 5th time. might find it helpful if I actually summoned my herald. Just got to murder them all, that's all. Alright, I guess this is not one of the places I needed to scout for that quest I didn't do earlier. I've at you! Alright, I hit that tower. Arnost's commander. He's big. Needed to discover that tower. Discovered that tower. I'm sure I could beat him, but I don't see any cause until I, no doubt, eventually get a quest to do so. That'll be fun. That'll send me back in here for a time. It's the throne room area. Nothing in there. This must be the south tower, presumably. Maybe not. No, not. Catch. He caught. there's Maneldir. This appears to be the location around what Narndir wrote. Consider the image of King Tarandor II.
You will think I have taken leave of my senses.
He writes. But after so much study, I feel as if I've come to know these figures from the ancient past. When they suffer, I suffer. When they mourn, I mourn. When they triumph, oh, no one could understand the joy I feel at their triumphs. Few that they might have been in those dark years. I feel as I know them, Amlath the Builder, once Prince of Cardolan and then later Prince of Arthedain at Fornost. The Dane? Dane, I think. No, Adine. Arthedain. Eldamakil, Prince of Rudor, Kinslayer and Accursed, and Prince Tarandor, with whom I feel a close bond, the third and youngest son of King Yarandor of Arnor. Was doubted not only by his brothers, but also by his own people, those who lived in Cardolan during his rule, as Prince called him Tarandor the Afterthought. But it was an epithet he would overmaster. When corrupt nobles promised plunder to the hill folk of the tribes of the south, they rose up against the prince. He rode north and vanquished the invaders. Tales of his valor grew, and Tarandor the Afterthought became Tarandor the Forthright, beloved by his people. So it was when Yarandor, king of Arnor and father of his 3 princes, died of an illness without naming a successor. There was more than one claimant to the throne. There might have been blood spilt then, as there would be later, but Amlath suggested a compromise. Let the kingdom of Arnhem be divided, he said to his brothers, with each to rule a province in friendship and alliance with each other. Tarandor became a prince. Became not a prince, but a king. He was known as King Tarandor II, for there had already been a Tarandor in a line as the king of Cardolan. He ordered a throne built and a crown forged at Caranost, and the fortress became the capital and the new ruling seat of the young kingdom. And even now, as I write these records, I feel tears welling in the corner of my eyes, for I see the seed of treachery and death growing in the very foundation, and know what was to transpire. Oh, back to Amon Fearn. Lovely. Thank you so fucking much. Back once again to yet another place I have been multiple times. Unfreaking real. I swear this expansion has been the back and forth, and calling it an expansion is, of course, hilarity in itself. Unreal. This was the 5th time I've been into these towers that I was just in. From back and forth. One of them was me not seeing something, but the other 4 were not. And I aggroed something at some point. I have no idea how. I assume probably my stupid pet, who is now vanished. Yeah. I haven't noticed him doing an enormous amount for me, and that was just proven by the fact the number of times I've forgotten to summon my Herald. climbing the path on the north side of the hill. Right. Well, I will go into Karanost and quick travel part of the way at least. Sell the crap out of my inventory again.
Well met.
Earring of Sunset. Can't wear it yet. Superior pork chops. You know, I just rather have them out of my goddamn. Truth be told, just rather have the space right now. Alright, take me to Skurlock Farm. Take
What
me
can I do for
away.
you?
One of the places I've been to 4 or 5 separate times now. There's supposed to be 8 clickies. I found 3 clickies in the whole place. So I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. So read Namdir's journal while near the top of Amon Firn by climbing the path located in the north side of the hill. Alright. I only faintly remember that. Trying to find the coal veins in Forakill. You know, it's a ruined, I don't know, fortress or whatever you want to call it, a ruined fortification of some kind here. And it has an underground, which I found, and 3 floors, but the only clickies are on the top floor. There were no clickies. Basically, you need to click on graves. Just the 3. Sanity's sake. Me, as if. Alright, Amon Fern. Let's go ahead and resummon Bazooka. The undead. Fighting with the orcs. This appears to be the location about which he wrote, and of course, mob angry. And more reading. The writing is so evocative you can almost hear the sound of battle. Ah.
Arthedain, Cardolan, and Rudar were enmeshed in bloody fighting for near all the years of their existence.
But few battles had such a cost as the Battle of the Dead Mount. 400 years after the hated Eldamakil slew his brother Tarandor, another king of Rudar marched deep into the kingdom of Cardolan. King Malgun it was who broke the gates of Karanost at the head of an army of hillfolk. Much of the royal family was slain on that day, but Malgun was unable to find King Artandil. Sensing his strength was near to overreach, the king of Rudar and his armies fled across the South Downs. Maddened by his grief, King Artandil pursued them. At last, his soldiers of Cardolan caught up the fleeing Rudarim at this hill among the barrows. It said they fought so fiercely that blood ran down the sides of the hill in great rivulets and bodies filled the gullies. At its feet, when the fighting was done, both Artandil and Malgun were dead, each having dealt the death blow to each other. The hill is known today as the Dead Mount. Red flowers bloomed there ever after and do to this day. Picked one of these flowers on an overcast afternoon when the sky was gray and it seemed rain must soon fall, but it never did. I enclosed the flower within my journal. It will be a reminder to me that there can be beauty even in madness. A faded red blossom tucked between the leaves of Narndir's journal, and it crinkles as you turn the pages.
After King Artandil fell at the Dead Mount, it was Armandir who rallied what remained of the host.
The Lord of Tirn Gorthad and Keeper of the Barrows who rallied what remained of the Cardoladrim host. Crying the king's name as he charged, Amandir rode down the fleeing men of Rudar. The son of Malgun was captured and later ransomed, and a costly peace between the kingdoms was purchased. The crown of Cardolan was offered to Amandir then, but he refused it. He would not name himself king, and instead he took the title of prince. He would rule from Dol Ernil, his own keep in Tirn Gorthad. The primacy of Cardolan waned, and Elendil's line now only held true in Arthedain. Amandir rode to Fornost to offer his fealty, and with the unification of Arthedain, and Cardolan beneath Argaleb, the newly crowned king of Arnor, there was once again hope for the line of Elendil and the troubled kingdoms of the Dunedain. But it would not last, for there was a power behind Rudar's evil, and it walked in secret. Well, that sounds a little more promising. Narndir's to the southeastern reaches of Tirn Gorthad. What a shock! I say, while not being shocked at all. All the way over to Tirn Gorthad. Well, wherever I'm currently encamped, Surlond, that's closer. So we're going to teleport. Yeah, the design, like much of the game, has lost its way to commerce-driven decision-making, unfortunately. I think Hern will be a little bit closer. I will ride to Hern.
How can I be of service?
I mean, I never played enough DDO to really get a feel for the game as a whole. It had an awful lot of kludge. Alright, Tirn Gorthad awaits. Now, the storyline has been quite good in this expansion, but the questing has been excruciating. It's been terrible. It's some of the most frustrating and tedious back and forth stuff imaginable. It's really been bad. Yondershire had a lot of it, back and forth stuff too, but it didn't feel so quite transparently like an attempt to stretch out limited content. Like this one feels. Whether it is or not, how it feels. And, having quests from the same quest givers, the same location, and having a 5-level gap in those quests blows my mind. You have NPCs right next to each other giving level 18 and level 23 quests all going in the same location. I just don't get it. How they came to the conclusion that that was what they wanted to do, I just don't understand. Yeah, he got irritated at me. Got lots of undeadites around. This appears to be the location about which Narndir wrote. The Witch King of Angmar.
After Hrudauer's most recent defeat, the armies of the Witch King required time to recover.
And rebuild. During that time, their evil master turned to sorcery to bedevil his enemies. In secret, he came to the barrow and walked among them, whispering to the dead. Unknown to those living nearby, long-buried lords and kings stirred in their tombs, infested with fell spirits out of Angmar's darkest pits. At the Witch King's bidding, they emerged, legions of the dead moving silently through the fog, preying on any who strayed too near. Got a gaunt man over here on
The
our
plague
left.
of the dead worsened, and even the children of Cardolan were not safe from it.
Countless children were stolen from their beds or vanished from within otherwise sturdy and unyielding walls. Desperate to put an end to this nightmare, Prince Amundir set forth on a quest to find the cause of the dead's unrest. He was the Lord of Tirn Gorthad, after all, the keeper of the barrows. What had he to fear from the mist that settled upon the burial mounds? Was it not his people who were buried there? Were they not his own ancestors, his own kind, his own subjects? If he could not ease their burden and restore their restful peace, who could? Even as I write this, I find myself hoping beyond hope that the Lord of Tirn Gorthad could put an end to it. But this has been my lifelong study, and I know how this tale ends, and it does not end well. Not end with Amundir for all his courage and his duty. Prince Amundir disappeared among the barrows and was never seen again. Well, now we know who the Great Terror or Death is, or whatever. It's got to be him.
It is hard to listen to the words of my friend Nandir, and know he will write no more.
I will keep this journal in memory of him, and I would do so even had we no need of the knowledge contained within. You hand the journal to Meneldir, and he flips through its pages. He's never seen again, he reads. Turns the page, he looks upon you puzzled. What happened to the rest of Narndir's account? There are several pages missing here. Even if that is the end of Amundir's story, he must surely have been more for Narndir to write. See, the account resumes there beyond the missing pages, but what was removed, and who removed it? On me. I have new gloves waiting for me.
I think you should return to Ceylon to speak with Hondarad.
And back to Serland again, to speak with Hondarad. Yeah. ride to Hearn, and I'll call it an evening there. The back and forth is really busting my balls in the proverbial sense. Actually, my testicles are fine. As best I can determine. Like I said, story's good. But the questing is bad. So we'll stop at Hearn, and I'll do some crafting after stream to get some stuff out of my bags. Maybe upgrade a few pieces. My expectation for tomorrow is that I'll be back at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Give or take, maybe a little earlier. Probably with more Lord of the Rings online, because, I mean, hey. How can I resist the extreme levels of frustration I'm feeling with some of the questing mechanics? How could I say no to that? It must provide such schadenfreude enjoyment. And level 25 awaits. Maybe I can also, next time, go through at least the introduction to skirmish. The Hall of Crafts. Park our carcass in there. I'll do some stuff off stream. I would like to thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry if I occasionally get verbal with my frustrations. I hope you understand. Oh man, ain't got time for that. I should be back again tomorrow at the usual time. I hope you will see me soon. Probably back more LotRO tomorrow. I hope the rest of your Tuesday night goes great. I hope the rest of your week doesn't suck. Keep in mind, tomorrow, hump day, right? Yeah, it never really convinced me either. Hump day was a big deal. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.